All of that being said, one of my biggest forward-looking indicators in the NFL is the offensive line. I know it's not sexy. Nobody's going to aggregate my hot take on offensive lines, right? But if you are a fantasy football fan, if you're a gambler, you know that football games are won in the trenches. Some of my best runs in the NFL have been looking at the offensive lines and seeing what the hell's going on and reading into that and beating the market to it. The Dallas Cowboys, for instance, lost Tyron Smith. And some people will be like, oh, they could be okay. All of the numbers say that is a disaster for the Cowboys, which brings me to Tom Brady and the Bucs. If you've been following closely, Tampa, in the last, 2 weeks, they've had a slew of injuries on the offensive line. They're playing musical chairs. They're moving a rookie here. This guy's never played center. They're going to give it a shot. Guys are wearing name tags at practice. It's ugly. And Saturday night, Tom Brady uttered the line of the preseason after Bucs Colts when he said this to the media.
I'm 45 years old, man. There's a lot of going on, so, you just gotta try to figure out life the best you can, and, it's a continuous process. I feel good. What did it mean for you? I played football for a long time, so I'm pretty good at it. It doesn't take long for me to remember how to play it.
Woo-wee! Tom Brady, sounding like a beaten down man. Now, I know a lot of you guys go on vacation in August. We're going out of town soon for a little bit. After vacation, I feel refreshed and renewed. I took a bit of a digital therapy break where I'm not on social media except for Instagram, of course. And I feel great when I come off vacation. Tom Brady just had an 11-day absence, and his first big meeting with the media after the game says there's a lot of poop emoji going on. Now, I can tell you, I like the nerd that I am for football, I went and looked at Tom Brady's opening drive against the Colts. And folks, 9 pass attempts, was not touched by a Colts defender. Now, they're not blitzing. It's the preseason. They took it easy. Nothing exotic. But Tom Brady knows he's got to get the ball out quickly. So he's doing the short 2-step drops, 3-step drops. Most of his passes were within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Nothing down the field. Why does this matter, Jason? Why are you going so deep in the offensive line? Well, folks, I'm here to tell you. Last year, Tampa Bay led the NFL in pass attempts. Okay? Now, part of this is Bruce Arians, no risk it, no biscuit. They had a great receiving group, Gronkowski, Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Godwin. People quickly forget. A year ago this time, no joke, or no cap, as my young sixth grader likes to say, no cap, the Bucs returned all 22 starters from a Super Bowl winning team, and there was talk of, could they possibly go undefeated? What could the Bucs do to upstage their Super Bowl? Like, can they run the table? And now you look a year later and it's like, okay, the head coach is gone. 3 interior offensive linemen are gone. 3. They did not anticipate this. The first move they made when Brady said, I'm back, baby. I'm coming back. They signed their center, Ryan Jensen, to a long-term deal. Well, we know he's out for a long time. And that's bad news. Because the one place you can get pressure on Tom Brady, dating back to his New England days, coming off the edge, he's too smart, he's a crafty veteran, he's not beating you with his feet, but he steps up in the pocket and delivers. Pressure on Brady up the middle is his weakness. And now you're talking about replacing 3 offensive linemen? And literally a rookie is going to be starting a guard. I know Wirfs is incredible, yes, I know Donovan Smith has been rock solid, but as of now, they don't know who their center is going to be on opening night in 10 days. I'm sorry, they're not playing in 10 days. They're playing in 12 days. They open against the Dallas Cowboys. And I just wonder, if you're Tom Brady, you're beaten down, whatever the hell caused him to take an 11-day break. We still don't know the answer. We may not get it. There was a lot of rumors that, he's going to do the Masked Singer. He shot that down. And then he comes out and just says there's a lot of stuff going on, with an expletive in there. I personally love it. But probably the best Tom Brady quote at a media scrum in the last, 5 years, 10? It was awesome just looking at him. Now, I had a lot of you send me DMs on the gram and a lot of tweets. Oh, are you going to talk about Tom Brady and all the work he had done? I'm like, guys, come on, let's just chill with that. I will say, it does look like he's maybe lost some weight that can be attributed to maybe perhaps some stress. Well, I don't know that it's all the offensive line, but whatever he's got going on, I mean, folks, Tom Brady did not look like a guy who was fresh as a daisy coming off an 11-day break. He looked like a dude who's going through some stuff. And that's kind of disappointing because as I don't want to say I'm a Brady hater because, as you guys know, I'm a Jets fan. I've always respected Brady. This dates back to Larry Bird. I was like a young kid, and I loved Magic Johnson. I hated Larry Bird. Didn't know anything about him. Just, I didn't like him because he played for the Celtics. And a guy born in New York, like, I don't like any Boston teams at all. But I respected Bird because he's incredible. I respect Tom Brady. I have had the fortune of interviewing him twice back in the day when I worked at a magazine. Super cool guy, friendly, nice as could be. This was before he was, the greatest quarterback in the history of the sport. But whatever Brady's got going on, in the back of his mind, oh man, my Bucs allowed the fewest sacks in the league last year. The starting offensive linemen, according to some of the numbers online, played 88% of snaps together. That is continuity. And all of a sudden now Tom Brady is looking at 3 new guys in the middle, maybe a rookie center as of right now. TBD. And the reason Tom Brady is affected by this so greatly is, have you looked at his cap hit this year? $11.9 million, guys. Tom Brady has always taken less and structured his deals so that, the answer to this, Tom Brady can build an awesome infrastructure around him, whether it's receivers, defense, offensive line. He wants a loaded roster. Ryan Tannehill's cap hit this year, you ready? In Tennessee, $38 million. Tom Brady's $11.9 million. Okay? Tom Brady's cap hit is lower than Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, Jimmy G, Sam Darnold. The Bucs should have flexibility to build out the roster. I can guarantee you this. Tampa Bay this week will be a very popular team surfing the waiver wire. I think I saw a number from one of these NFL reporters that over 800 players are going to be cut in the next couple days as rosters get trimmed down. And I know there's nothing sexy about it, no spiciness to offensive linemen, but it's not going to garner a lot of headlines, but the games are won in the trenches. And I will wrap up with this, folks. Look at the final offensive rankings. Not a lot of people do offensive line rankings, but Pro Football Focus, I got to give them a shout out. They do a great job. And their final rankings at the end of last year, number 1, Dallas Cowboys. Number 2, Tampa Bay. 3, 49ers. 4, Eagles. 5, Chiefs. The one commonality among all 5 of those, they made the playoffs. Rams were 7th. They won the Super Bowl. Patriots were 9th. Bengals were the outlier. They were only 20th. Remember, Burrow was sacked like 50 some odd times. They were able to make the Super Bowl. They overcame it. But take a look at the Pro Football rankings this season heading into the offensive line. Philadelphia Eagles, number 1. Dallas Cowboys are coming. They're coming. NFC East. I like the Eagles. I like the Giants. I don't like the Cowboys. And the Bucs in the offseason were 4. That was before they lost 3 potential starters in the preseason, and they're playing musical chairs on the offensive line. Tom Brady is angry when he's dropping expletives coming off a vacation after a preseason game. Something is amiss. It smells rotten in Tampa. And folks, I really think you need to look very hard at the New Orleans Saints. Yes, the New Orleans Saints. Jameis Winston, famous Jameis, to stun everybody and come out on top in the NFC South. Just take a look at that. Saints over the Bucs. I'm worried about Brady, folks. We've been wondering if he's fallen off a cliff for years. I don't think he falls off a cliff because his schedule is favorable, but I can see some consternation out of Tampa early in September.